Welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. I will be getting into why I'm leaving social media again for good and permanently this time, and surprisingly it's because I want to, I desire to, and do you know what? I'm actually excited to quit social media again, and I'm going to be sharing a few positive reasons why I made this decision recently. Some of you who have been here know that I've had a lot of history with quitting social media, but the last 2 years I have been back on other social media apps outside of YouTube, and yeah, I made the decision. But we'll also be getting into one negative experience that I've noticed with having social media, so I will get into that a bit later as well. But first, we are going to get into some of the reasons why, in a good way, positive reasons why I'm quitting social media again. So the first reason why I'm quitting social media is I actually want to be alone more. And I thought of this when I was actually in the shower, and I'm an introvert. I'm a huge introvert, and I need to spend hours alone in a day or in a week, whatever, to recharge my energy. And it just really makes sense for me. Like, why would I want to spend hours on these social media apps being exposed to all of these different energies, information, people, you know, all of it that comes with it, when naturally I don't recharge that way? So it's like I'm exerting my energy spending time being on these apps. And I also want to connect to stories, people, cultures and experiences by novelties such as reading novels and, you know, finding my joy in my inner child. I'm honestly not afraid to say that I want to be alone more. I naturally spend a lot of time alone, and this decision just makes more sense for me, and I will feel it will improve my life in the long run. And when I am not alone, in those moments where I am around people, I feel like it's just going to help me have, you know, be present, have the energy to be myself and just share what I want, and, you know, just to find that connection. You know, I just feel like we can't find that connection as we do in person. So the second reason why I'm quitting social media again is because I want to find the joy, and I want to be more present with the things that I already have in my life. I live in my dream home. I live in the country. I am surrounded by the most beautiful natural environments in Australia, and I have an amazing group of family and friends, and I already have such an abundant life, and I really want to immerse myself in that more and feel more present and enjoy those simple things that I love doing. So the third reason why I'm quitting social media again is because I just want to spend my time instead that I normally would on social media doing the things that my inner child loves. One of those things is reading novels, exploring my creativity, being in nature, and just to fall back in love with spending more time alone, embracing being alone and improving the relationship that I have with myself, then to the point where those moments I'm not alone, I am just so full already, my cup is full, and then I can just help others, I can inspire others, but also I can just, you know, even just helping others by being yourself and living in a life that's truly in alignment with you. It's one of the best things we can do today, is to live a life in alignment with our true selves, because when we're in alignment, we're authentic, we say how we feel, our energy just, you know, radiates just positivity, and naturally people pick up on that. We become more, you know, we become more magnetized. People are more drawn towards us, and, you know, again, we need to protect our energy and not let people, I guess, take advantage of that. But it is finding presence and just finding that deeper connection in those moments when we are surrounded by people. So now I want to get to one of the negative experiences that I've had recently and that I've noticed being back on social media. So this one in particular is Instagram, and for those who have been with me for a while, you would know, Instagram is one of my addictive tendencies. I don't really have the best relationship with Instagram, and it's one of those apps where it really brings out the worst in me, if that makes sense. Like, not my personality, but just habits, and just really getting caught up in the negative world of Instagram. Sometimes I would just spend hours scrolling Instagram reels, and the thing that I've really had a hard time with is information overload. So as I was scrolling these reels, one reel would say, you know, you need to not eat red meat. That's bad for you if you want to heal your fibroids. And then a couple of reels down, the next reel would say you need to eat an animal-based diet, lots of red meat to get iron in order to heal your hormones. And this was so overwhelming. This created so much stress, and it made me feel really stressed out, dysregulated, and then that got me into more of a negative cycle, a vicious cycle of just scrolling more, because I already felt so terrible and so stressed. So being in this vicious cycle, because we feel so terrible, we're more susceptible to scrolling more, or, you know, going even deeper into the rabbit hole of these information and, you know, all of these different topics. And then also, you know, for example, it just led me to, like, say, binge eat, because I just felt so stressed out. By the end of it, I had to stop exposing myself to this information overload, just completely stop doing that activity, and then start to hone in more on what my body wanted, listen to more of what my body was telling me it was craving, and to let go of the things that my body was rejecting. So, you know, I would try something, and then because someone said it was good for me, but then I would try it, and then my body would reject it, would feel, you know, tired or sick, or, you know, something like that. So the more time I spent listening to what my body needed, the less I was emotionally dysregulated, so the more I would make better choices. I felt, you know, I was in a better mood, and for that day or that week I would just continue to make healthy choices because I already felt great. I was listening to what my body wanted, and I wasn't listening to what others think my body needs anymore. So when we get into these information overload rabbit holes, we can sometimes feel so stressed out and so, like, low in a mood or low in energy that we naturally will crave more quick dopamine hits. So it might cause us to scroll more, or binge eat, drink alcohol, do drugs, like, you know, all of those things that we just want a quick fix because we just feel so stressed out already and so dysregulated. So really, it's about completely not getting caught up in the scrolling, and doing things naturally that will slowly increase our dopamine. For example, a nice walk, a cold shower, reading a fun novel, or going on an adventure with a friend. So I do really feel like this change is going to be more permanent, and to be honest, in the last year or two since being on social media after quitting it for so long, that I kept finding myself back to this way of life, but I never did it long enough to experience the benefits that quitting social media has. Like, I wouldn't really last long at all, and I would go back to those old habits, or back to social media such as Instagram and that sort of thing, and then, you know, just keep ending up in this situation. So from my own personal experience, the really understanding and getting to know the benefits of quitting social media is actually learned in, you know, after those, like, months or years even after quitting. That's when you kind of look back and realize, oh wow, I really have changed this much. My life looks completely different, or, you know, I just feel so much better now. And yeah, it's like, it's not an instant thing. Sometimes you do feel these, like, great benefits instantly, but more, I think it needs to be done honestly more long term, for at least 3 months, 6 months, a year, you know, to really feel the benefits of it, to start actually changing your life. So I'm curious to see where this journey is going to take me now, the stories that I'm going to continue to share on my channel, and that the direction that my path is leading me towards. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to know your current thoughts, experiences, struggles, or even positive benefits of social media in your life. Share it in the comments below. I would love to know and have that conversation. All right, bye everyone.